You know, earlier today I was sent an article, and a lot of people have emailed it to me and asked me to speak about it, and that is about the potential banning of Chris Kluwe, a Gamergate alum, place kicker for Minnesota Vikings, and sponsored Wizards ambassador, meaning they have paid for him to go to several events. And as far as I can tell, he is a active Magic the Gathering player, although I don't know his DCI number, nor do I want to know it. Don't really care. Before I comment on this article, if you don't know, I was banned for life with no possibility of appeal by Wizards of the Coast for what, by their evidence, Pepe memes, calling a cosplayer a thought. These are all online, of course, in my own opinion. And memeing on two other MTG content creators, making fun of them, being mean. Okay. I said then and I said now that I do not support any policing of your customers' social media, period. That doesn't matter if I agree with you or I disagree with you. It is my firm standing that while, by all accounts, Chris Kluwe is a garbage tier human, a complete asshat, it is not my place, nor is it Wizards of the Coast's place, to ban him or anyone. I have received several emails from the former Magic for Bad group that they continue to troll that group and issue 30-day bans. I just got one the other day. And while, if you've watched my earlier video today, their card stock, fresh out of the box, continues to bend. Grand Prix attendance down 25%. Sales down massively year over year. And now we'll get quarter two in, I think, 2.5 weeks from Hasbro. So it'll be very interesting to see if they were able to reverse the trend. I think they did okay with Dominaria. Battlebond did okay. And Unstable did okay. So maybe they did right the ship. Certainly they haven't spent any time fixing the card stock, which is one of the big things affecting the player base, in my opinion. You have to remember that the overwhelming majority of players are not on Twitter, and they use Facebook for normal things, not for bitching about being offended, or tattling on content creators for saying mean things. Now, nonetheless, I've said, and I stand by, that my position is you should not be banned for tweeting things or saying things on Facebook. You should be banned if you do something at an event. You assault somebody at an event. You display bad behavior over time in real life. These are bannable offenses, I think. But what we have here is an article that dropped today or yesterday. Will Wizards of the Coast ban Chris Kluwe? Former NFL punter and celebrated game nerd Chris Kluwe is still around and still being terrible. Now, it is well documented. I talked about Chris Kluwe, talked about how if they were going to ban me for life, certainly he has a long and storied history of saying absolutely horrendous things online. You don't even need to dig very far to find out. But this particular tweet that this author postulates on reads as follows. Fuck Total Biscuit. Cancer isn't a get out of jail free card for using your living days to harass others. Good riddance. Now, Total Biscuit, otherwise known as John Bain, is a YouTube video game critic who recently passed away from colon cancer, May 24th, 2018. He also left behind a wife and a child. A lot of the social justice types didn't like Total Biscuit. I don't even know why. I know he was a supporter of gay and trans people, as well as other minorities. Why people like Chris Kluwe would celebrate his untimely death is something I don't understand, nor is it something I even want to understand. I can't imagine disliking someone so much that I would publicly celebrate their death. The only person I could think of who would provoke similar response from me is Osama bin Laden. I'd probably agree with that. Total Biscuit was no Osama. He never killed anyone nor did anything even remotely evil. As much as I dislike Chris Kluwe, I would never celebrate his death publicly or privately. I would agree with that. How will Wizards of the Coast respond? Well, that's going to depend how many of you might reach out and ask for comment. I don't know if they've been asked for comment, but I will be curious to hear if they do respond, how they would respond to having that tweet sent directly to them on all of their tweets as they promote the release of Core 2019. It will be interesting how Wizards of the Coast responds to Chris Kluwe's tweet if they follow their own precedents. They will give Chris Kluwe a lifetime ban from Magic the Gathering. That's what they did to YouTube creator Jeremy Hambley, that's me, for making a negative comment about Magic the Gathering cosplayer Christine Sprinkle. What Chris Kluwe said about Total Biscuit is far worse than anything Jeremy Hambley said about Christine Sprinkle. It's probably true. If Wotc doesn't ban Chris Kluwe for what he said about Total Biscuit, then they're guilty of weapons-grade hypocrisy. Well, oh yeah, I want to show you that this is in fact the tweet, that it's real. Right? It's here. It's real. I don't know. I mean, I will say this. I've been on record from day one about my opinion on politics and gaming. If you're new here, it's that I don't want any of it. I don't want politics I agree with. I don't want politics I disagree with, unless they're like part of the game. You're playing some sort of game that is political, or there are political elements to a game. That's fine. That's not what I mean. What I mean is the injection of ideological beliefs or political beliefs into a game where they aren't organically existent. I also do not support the banning of Chris Kluwe by Wizards of the Coast. I don't support their banning of many of the members of Magic for Bad for saying mean things in a private Facebook group. I do not support the banning of Travis Wu for starting that Facebook group and not even participating in that. I don't support their bannings, therefore I will not support the banning of Chris Kluwe. What I am a fan of, however, is fairness, is an even enforcement of players' guides, rules, and laws in society. So if Wizards of the Coast is to appear impartial, then certainly they will make a statement, as they did about me on a holiday, about his disgusting tweet. And maybe if any of you get in touch with somebody at Wizards on Facebook or on Twitter, let me know if they respond to you. If they happen to respond to this claim, ideally, I'd prefer they stay the hell out of all of our lives, but it'll be interesting to see what they think about this statement. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the multiple uploads today. Make sure you didn't miss any of them. Lots of news. I've got probably double upload planned for tomorrow. We've got so much to talk about. Thank you for consuming all this content, and we'll talk to you again real soon.